you this morning. A deadly shooting overnight near a Silver Spring home. This morning on DC News Now, we're live with what police are saying at the scene. Bombs falling near a hospital in Gaza as Hamas releases 2 more hostages. But the president sending a strong message to Hamas saying no talk of ceasefire until all hostages are free. Plus feeling frosty this morning, but it won't last for long. The warm-up on the way. And runners on your marks, glitz and glam hit the streets tonight for this year's 17th Street High Hill Race. It's Tuesday, October 24th, 2023.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Tuesday morning here. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. We're taking a live look outside where you can see the U.S. Capitol. A bit chilly out there, but, what do you expect? It's fall now. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
And I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for tonight. Right, I was just going to say, it's way too cold.
Yes.
Well, I'll be tracking your commute in just a bit, but it's going to warm up today.
Yeah, it will.
And that's good for the high heel race.
Exactly, yes. We'll see the temperatures eventually warming back up into the upper 60s, sorry, about 70 degrees later on today under those mainly sun-filled skies. Where we're seeing the mainly clear skies to start, that did allow those temperatures to drop overnight last night and into this morning. And this is what we're starting off with. A lot of those 30s on the map. We just dropped just below the freezing mark right now in Manassas, coming in at 31. We're also below the freezing mark over towards Woodstock. So those are 2 of the colder spots on the map. We're at the freezing mark in Martinsburg and Luray. We're upper 30s right now in Hagerstown, right at 36 in Frederick and Leesburg, 44 in D.C. We're mid-40s over towards Lexington Park at this point. We know those frost advisories in effect, and those are, and any of those are shaded in light blue. So it's most of the region, including that frost advisory. Then we also have those freeze warnings. Those also go until 10 a.m. this morning. Patchy frost is possible out there. High pressure is with us, providing us with that dry and quiet start, and that will be providing us mainly sun-filled skies, allowing these temperatures to be out there later on today. More details coming up. Shanika's here with the all-important look at those roadways. How's traffic?
All right, we're still tracking BW Parkway heading north and south right near 202. You're starting to see steady traffic out there. A lot of folks heading south toward the district. So once you get to DC 295, you're looking good, but that is a hot spot. So do watch for delays. Now we do have a crash, and that's right off of 301 in Croom Station Road. That could slow things down for commuters. And in Ashburn, 7 heading east and right near Belmont Ridge Road. Do watch for another crash.
All right, we're following some breaking news out of Montgomery County Police. They're investigating a triple shooting. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is live in Silver Spring. And Liberty, what have you learned?
Well, Corey, this was a wild shooting involving 3 victims suffering from gunshot wounds. And I want to show you the scene behind me because police are keeping us a bit far back from the scene, but they have several portions of this street blocked off with yellow caution tape. Right now, Montgomery police are trying to figure out and see how these victims are connected, if at all. Now, right now, 3rd District officers and Montgomery Fire Rescue responded to the scene here just before 11 last night. They say the shooting took place in the 14,300 block of Fairdale Road. When they got to the scene, they found one man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Then they found a second victim with gunshot wounds outside. He was rushed to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A short time after that, they then found a third man suffering from gunshot wounds. They rushed him to the hospital. The extent of his injuries are unknown at this time. And right now, police say they do have one person in custody, and they are not yet releasing the identity of the person who did die until their family has been notified. But we are working to get more information from police at the scene here, and we will bring that to you as soon as we get it. For now, live here in Silver Spring, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Liberty. New details this morning in the search for a suspected killer. Authorities are now investigating the SUV registered to Pedro Agorte, and he is accused of murdering Washington County's Circuit Court Judge Andrew Wilkinson in his driveway last week. And right now, there's a nationwide manhunt for Agorte. Police believe he shot and killed the judge, Wilkinson, Thursday night. And it happened just hours after Wilkinson denied Agorte custody of his children. Agorte's vehicle was found in a heavily wooded area just south of Williamsport, Maryland, along the C&O Canal. Neighbors living in the area say the news feels out of place in what seems like such a family-friendly place. All right. Right now, officials do not believe Agote is still in the Williamsport area where his SUV was found. All right. And they don't believe Agote is still in the area. All right, let's turn things over to Prince George's County. Police say one man is dead after being hit by a car and dragged for over 2 miles down the road.
Yeah, that happened over the weekend. Police are now releasing more information as they try to find that driver. DC News Now's Lex Morris is live this morning in Lanham. And Lex, this is where that initial crash happened.
Yeah, that's right. The initial crash happening just behind me here on Annapolis Road, but just around 4 a.m. That's when police found the body of 28-year-old Franklin Mendez, who was pronounced dead on the scene. Now, what happened was there was a minor crash right here on Annapolis Road. Mendez got out of his car after that to check any damage to his vehicle. While he was doing that, another driver came down the street, hit him, and then police believe that Mendez was lodged in that driver's windshield and dragged just over 2 miles to Ardwick-Ardmore Road, where police found Mendez's body. They say that the driver stopped the car there and left Mendez on the side of the road. Police are still looking for that driver. They released an image of their car. They believe that it is a gray Honda Civic with a white decal on the top of the back window. Now, anybody who sees this car, they also want to let people know that this Honda Civic is going to have some damage to it. On that passenger side of the car, there is going to be damage to the front bumper and the fender, as well as a hole in the windshield. And anyone who does see this car or have any information about what happened, they are urged to contact police or Prince George's County Crime Solvers. Live in Lanham, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. Today, officials will move to confirm the next D.C. police chief. Currently, the acting chief is Pamela Smith. The Committee on Judiciary and Public Safety will confirm her position as chief. That is scheduled to happen today at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the Wilson Building in Northwest D.C. Meantime, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser just introduced a new crime bill. It targets drug dealing and some police reform measures.
Yeah, it also creates criminal penalties for organized retail theft. The bill would, in part, allow the police chief to approve of some car pursuits, amend neck restraints regulations, and keep unfounded public complaints against officers a secret. Some members of the community say they have concerns about the bill, but members of the council say violent crime has to be addressed.
These laws that are in place now to protect citizens' constitutional rights, they didn't just happen. They were put in place because MPD was not working within the Constitution. They were violating constitutional rights.
There are limits to what we can do, but we need to do everything within limits to address the crime that we're seeing right now.
3 council members who attended the mayor's briefing say they want to move quickly with this bill. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll break down how the bill will impact the district's approach to organized retail theft. And DC News Now's your local election headquarters. A candidate running to replace Ben Cardin as Maryland Senator she received a significant endorsement. Yeah, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is endorsing Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks. Moore announced the endorsement yesterday at a Baltimore United for Angela rally. Montgomery County Councilmember Will Jawando dropped out of the Senate race recently, also endorsed Alsobrooks' campaign. And when speaking about Alsobrooks, Governor Moore said, quote, "The world needs America's leadership now more than ever. The country needs Maryland's leadership now more than ever, and that leader is Angela Alsobrooks," end quote. Alsobrooks is up against Maryland Congressman David Trone in the Senate race. And over to the war in the Middle East, U.S. officials are urging Israel to hold off on a ground invasion into Gaza. This follows the release of 2 Israeli hostages by the militant group Hamas. This video from Hamas allegedly shows the 2 Israeli women being handed over to Red Cross workers. Israeli officials say Hamas is holding about 220 hostages. Meantime, President Biden says there will be no ceasefire between Israel and Hamas at this time. Biden says talks about a ceasefire can begin once hostages being held by the militant group are released. National Security spokesman John Kirby says a handful of Americans are still being detained, while about 10 are unaccounted for.
And U.S. officials hope delaying a ground attack on Hamas will allow time to negotiate the release of more hostages taken by the group. Meantime, U.S. officials are also criticizing Israel's decision to block fuel delivery into Gaza. The U.S. says while defeating Hamas is a top priority, so is protecting Palestinian civilians with no ties to the group.
Fuel is important for the desalination of water. It's important to the provision of medical care.
However, Israeli officials fear fuel could be used by Hamas for future attacks. Right now, officials say a very limited amount of food and medicine is being allowed into Gaza. A 12th grader in Alexandria is now one of 15 girls honored by First Lady Dr. Joe Biden.
Yeah, her name is Zara, and she attended the Girls Leading Change ceremony at the White House recently. Zara attends the International Academy, and that's where she says she created the Heart of Asia Club, along with creating literacy training and a reading support group for students.
I only knew 2 words, hi and hello. I didn't know how to read, how to write, and education in here feels like a blessing. It's not something that everyone can get, especially women and girls in Afghanistan.
Zara moved to the U.S. from Afghanistan in 2019 with her family. She serves on the Alexandria City School Board.